Compound near the Catskill near the Catskill Mountains, about a 90-minute drive out of New York City. The people who live there follow the teachings of a radical cleric who may have ties to terrorism. Rick Leventhal tried to get in. Rick's back now with his story. What's going on there, Rick? Good morning.
And I am old enough to remember Adam 12.
Me too. Copy that.
Great show. Yeah, we went up there to try and find out more about IslamBerg, who the residents are, why they've chosen to live there, and just sort of profile of this life of these Muslims in America. And they're actually part of an organization called Muslims of the Americas. Unfortunately, the press person for IslamBerg didn't want to talk to us. It's about 150 miles from New York City, about 40 miles outside of Binghamton, as you mentioned, Bill, on 70 rural acres in the western Catskill Mountains. And they live amongst themselves and don't really share a lot of information with outsiders.
Why are people so concerned about this, Rick? I mean, what brought your attention to it?
Well, the Muslims of the Americas was founded by a Pakistani sheikh, Mubarak Jilani, who has also been tied to Jamaat al-Fuqra, which federal authorities consider a terrorist organization responsible for dozens of bombings and murders across the U.S. and around the world. Jamaat al-Fuqra was also connected to a couple of people who were involved in the plotting of the 1993 attack on the World Trade Center. So the affiliation with this person has created some concern about what might be happening at some of these compounds, not just IslamBerg, but other ones around the country where they have firing ranges and certain perhaps unsavory people have come and gone through the camp.
Do they have neighbors? And if so, how do they get along with them, Rick?
Well, you know what? Some of the neighbors are a little nervous about them, I think in part because they don't know much about them. But other neighbors we spoke with in the town of Hancock, very close by, said that they had no problems with them. And here's a soundbite from one of them.
Good neighbors?
For me, yeah. I don't know about anybody else. I can't speak for anybody else. But for myself and my family, we've never had a problem.
I guess part of the issue here is that the people just don't know, and because it's secretive behind a fence, and people aren't allowed in, and people are wondering what's going on back there. And unfortunately, we don't have too many more answers except to say that we did speak with some residents of IslamBerg. They were nice enough to us, but still wouldn't grant us any interviews.
Well, knowing you, I know you'll give it another shot, Rick. So come on back when you're successful. All right.
Will do.
Rick Leventhal, thanks. Here in New York, Megan.
Oh, we are keeping